We're almost ready to export our final mix. Now we need to make sure that the right and left locators are set to the beginning and ending of the song, because Cubase will only export the area between these markers. Select everything by typing Command A on a Mac or Ctrl A on a PC. Now press P. This will place the locators around the selected area, which in this case is the entire song. Now we need to fine-tune their places. Pressing 1 on your numeric keypad will take you to the left locator. Leave a small bit of silence before the song starts. Turn off snap. About half a second will do. This is important because most media players need some time to buffer audio to play it properly. If the music starts immediately at the beginning of the audio file, the first beat may be cut off or sound choppy during playback on most media players. So again, press 1, zoom in, let's see. Yep, this is good. Now press 2 on your numeric keypad to go to the right locator. Set this to a point where all reverb tails have ended. If you finish the song with a fade out, set it to right after that, which in our case is right here. If the song has a hard ending but reverb tails are lingering for too long, add a fade out for the reverb tails just like we did here. There's one last thing we need to do before we go to the export menu, and that is to add Dither. Dither is an intentional form of noise applied to a digital recording to randomize quantization errors. These errors occur only when you are reducing bitrate while exporting your project. So you need to apply Dither if your project bitrate is set to 32 bits and you are exporting to 24 bits or 16 bits. Go to the mixer, inserts on the stereo out, mastering, and select UV22HR. Now right click on it and select Move to Post Fader slot. This plugin must be the absolute last thing on your signal flow, so it must come after the fader here. On the plugin interface, just select the bitrate that you are targeting or exporting to. So if we're exporting for Spotify, for example, we will set this to 16 bits because that's what Spotify specifies. And you're all set. Now go to File, Export, Audio Mixdown. On the left side of this window, leave everything as is. We will be exporting a single audio track fed by the stereo out. On the right side, name the track that you're about to export and choose the folder that you will export it into. Now let's talk about export options for different scenarios. For file type, select WAV if you are delivering the final mix. If the song will be used on a music-only platform such as Spotify, Apple Music, and so on, set the sample rate to 44.1 kHz and bit depth to 16-bit. If the song will be used in a video, set sample rate to 48 kHz and bit depth to 24 bits. If you don't know where it will be used or if it will be used on both, set them to 44.1 kHz and 16 bits. Remember that the bit depth you set here must be the same as the bit output bits that you selected on the dithering plugin. So for 16 bits, you need to select 16 bits here. You can leave everything else as you see here. Note that you can also export MP3 files directly from this export window. So if you want to send an MP3 file in an email, for example, select MPEG 1 layer 3. Leave sample rate at 44.1 kHz. Under bitrate, select the quality and size of your MP3 file. Higher bitrate gives you better sound quality but a larger file. 192 kilobits per second is a good compromise between the two. You can also add an ID tag to your MP3 file. So when someone plays it back, they will see information on the song such as artist, composer, genre, etc. Just remember that Cubase remembers this information, so the next time you export an MP3 file from another project, make sure you come here again and modify everything accordingly. Now click Export Audio and you're done.